section, we're going to talk about the stances. The stance is defined by the athletic position your feet are in before you strike the ball. You have to have a good stance in order to make a good contact. The first stance we're going to talk about is the inline stance. The type of ball received is a mid-court or a shorter ball. So as we go to meet the ball, our feet are in line with where we want to try and aim the ball. What we don't want to see is the foot starting to cross over here because we're starting to block ourselves out on the shot. So the inline stance is for a ball that's mid-court. I'm going to step down towards it. My feet are going in direction of where I want to hit the ball. Stance number 2 is the open stance. The type of ball received is a fast, deep ball down the middle, so I don't have time to step in. So I must make sure that my wide base is like this with both my feet facing this way. Also, you'll notice that my back leg is nice and low and bent because we can get low to the ball. The contact point for this stance is just off my hip. If I hit the ball too far in front, the ball's going to go down into the net. So again, it's for a fast, deep ball down the middle. I'm going to make sure that my back leg is nicely bent. I've got good balance. My preparation is early, and the contact point is off the hip. The next stance number 3 is the semi-open stance. The semi-open stance is probably the most powerful of all the stances because we're looking to load up with our back leg to explode the hip through the shot. This can be with either a ball that's quite deep or a ball that's shorter and you have time to get up to the ball to find your stance. The stance looks like this. Both my feet are facing this direction, my racket's back, my left arm is out for balance. I'm going to have 70% of my weight on my right foot, my back foot, and 30% on my left foot here. So I'm feeling like I'm loading up with my right foot. So as I come through to contact the ball just down in front of my hip, I can feel that my hip is going to then follow the shot, which is going to release a lot of power through the ball. Okay, so I'm going to make sure when I find this stance that I get to the ball with plenty of time and I get into this position. Contact point just down in front, and then I'm going to make sure my hip comes through after the shot. The next stance we're going to talk about is stance number 4, which is the back foot stance. The type of ball received is a deep, heavy ball. We don't have time necessarily to go back, but we have to try and get our good weight behind the ball, our body position behind the ball, so we can play the shot accordingly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back into this stance with my right foot facing out, but this time, as opposed to the semi-open stance, I'm going to have 90% of my weight on my back foot, 10% on this foot. So as I hit the ball, I can feel like my hip is coming up and I'm going to contact the ball out in front, and then I'll play the appropriate footwork move. Stance number 5 is the closed stance. This is for a ball that is slightly wider, particularly off the backhand side and maybe up the court a little bit. So as I go to the shot, I'm going to make sure I get my right foot going to the ball first, which is going to close me off to the net. So as I hit the shot now, the contact point is going to just out in front of my knee. After I play the shot, I must bring around my back leg to counterbalance in order to get back to the middle. So again, I'm going to play this shot off a slightly wider ball. I'm going to go in with my right foot, closing off to the net. As I contact the ball just out in front, I've got to bring around my back leg to counterbalance and get back to the middle. Stance number 6 is the forward open stance. The type of ball received on this shot is a ball that is short and angled, so I have to run up to the ball, and when I get there, I'm going to play off my right foot, but you'll notice that my right foot is in front of my left foot. So in fact, that's what we call a forward open stance. The contact point here is going to be out in front, so I can play the shot either back cross court or down the line. Stance number 7 is the running stance. This is for a fast, wide, deep ball where I'm going to have to run to the ball and make sure I measure my run up so I take off with my right foot. So as I get to the shot, I'm going to measure my steps. So as I get there, my right foot is facing out. I'm running through the ball. I'm going to contact the shot off my hip. Then I'm going to play my athletic footwork move through the shot with the recovery. And it's the same on the backhand side. I'm going to this time play off my left foot here. So I'm going to try and read and react from the ball. So my left foot is getting to behind the shot so I can play the shot, contact the ball off my hip. Then I'll play my athletic move through the shot with the recovery. Then I'll cross back and I'll recover.